Bro, I reloaded my game, and what happened to my color? It used to be a nice lavender, and now I'm this deep purple. Anyways, I gotta start thinking what I'm going for long term. The last era is coming to an end in 7 turns, and it's been a great time for me to improve my tiles. Like, look at all these mines and farms. It's just beautiful over here, what I've done. I've gotten some settlers out too. I got Plymouth from Loyalty, Adrianople I settled myself. We've got Antoich to the north here. But the faith buying of settlers and builders is going to come to an end. So next 7 turns, got to get the most out of that before deciding what is next for us in the next era. I figure I might as well get my first camp. Tile is still pretty terrible though. I've got to figure something out for Plymouth here. It's just not doing that great. Look at the tiles worked. We do have this big production tile that I just made, but that's really all the production it's got at all. There's this one from the reef. And I mean, once the holy site is out there and we've got this adjacency bonus, it's going to be doing just fine, but that's a lot of turns away. So I want to figure out some way to speed that up. An option is chopping out the rainforest, but for that I want Magnus. So in the meantime, let's get started on this farm ring we're going to want around our holy site, and I'll relocate Magnus from Dion. Oh no, our settler was shot out of Germany. They revoked their open borders with us. That's going to lose us a couple turns. Luckily I can get it back without too much trouble, but what a pain, man. Luckily our knights already made it through, and I'm bringing this galley over to do a little reconnaissance, see what we're going to be up against. We're making our new and last city here on the mainland, Cherson. Not a bad name, at least I can somewhat pronounce that. Now this city is going to suck, so the first thing I'm putting down is the holy site. It's going to take 100 turns, it says. However, I bet we can get that speed up just a little bit. I want to plan out what these tiles should become though. This forest right here, I'm definitely going to chop out, and that's going to give me more work towards the holy site, but that's got to wait a few turns. Magnus has got to get into the city. I've got to make some decisions on what this land's going to look like up here too. So Government Plaza seems like a good spot, and for other districts too. Like, these tiles are just not going to be that great when you work them. I've got this planned out money-making triangle here. That's going to be key because, look, I'm not getting that much gold per turn, and most of that's from deals. This is sort of obvious when you look at my trader capacity. Just one trader right now, so I really do need some trading action going on. In the city of Nicaea too, we'll do a little bit of that as well, get a harbor down. Now that's not just for the traders, but it's amazing how much housing the city has. 10 housing, that's just because of all these improvements around here. But throwing down the harbor, getting the lighthouse, I think that'll give me another 4 or 5 housing on top of this, and then the city can grow to be massive. In the meantime, Cherson will just work this crappy woods tile, and Antoich too. It's not having the most optimal worker placement. Like, this random sea tile getting used, like 1 food, 1 gold is not holding up, man. Luckily, it looks like the silver here will be expanded to in just 4 turns. I want to make sure that Antoich is actually going to do that and not going to change its mind to maybe this single science tile. I could see it trying to do that. And then we'll get this improved, and that should increase the production a lot. That holy site too is going to take a very long time at the current rate. So we got cartography. That'll make my fishing boats a bit better, and we can go into the ocean tiles. However, there's not that many ocean tiles in this map. We pretty much discovered the whole thing without needing to go into ocean. We did get some new cards and a government change opportunity, but I'm more interested in upgrading Bengala here. That'll be another 13 science to our nation. And we don't need to swap any cards out just yet. Maybe in 5 turns with the turn of the era, that might be a little bit more attractive. So we might swap into mercenaries real quick, or even military tradition. Only 2 turns, but I'll probably do that as a reactionary thing. Like, when the era comes to an end, I'll take a look and, you know, just take 1 turn off. It's not too much of a loss. We're getting low on things to improve, which is awesome as we're coming to the era, the end of the era here. I see a few things in the north, but I think we're doing a pretty good job. Constantinople has a new district opportunity. The only real places to put stuff down is this desert tile right here, which might actually be smart in case something spawns there, like coal, uranium. That way it's automatically collected, and I don't have to have the tile doing production, like let's say something like oil. The only other one would be this tile near Thessalonica, but I might just leave that for them to develop. As for what to actually build though, like Theater Square maybe, there's no good place for a commercial hub or harbor, but I'm actually going to go with an encampment. It's not going to do me much defense right here, but if I want to pivot this game in a future era into more of a combat one, having units be more experienced, just flooding out of Constantinople could be super beneficial. Dion's actually turning into a pretty good city here. Like, we got 5 turns for growth, we got 3 pop, 11 production. A lot of that's coming from this holy site here. I want to make sure that it's got the proper tiles that it wants to farm. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, both of these 2 foods. I might give it this deer tile as well when it expands a little bit, because city growth is going to be the toughest thing to get here. That's why we just finished off the granary last turn. Speaking of city optimization, back to Antoich, it is sticking on the silver, so we'll wait the 3 turns, get a builder there, upgrade the silver. And Cherson, though, there's no reason I have to make them work this crappy tile here. Like, I can just steal a couple away from Nicaea. Hey, I'm about to make land on this somewhat Arctic wasteland. The real goal is to clear out this Barbarian camp without fighting all of their units here. Like, this man-at-arms is gonna hurt. The swordsman, I'll be okay against. If I can get my knight right up to this spearman, I might be able to one-shot him and clear out the camp, get rid of the problem, then I can clean up these units after. I just don't want more spawning. Thessalonica finished its arena, which gave me this knight. I'm having them go to the same new land so we can conquer that, keep that under our control. Might take a while for them to get there, so who knows if they'll actually make it all the way there. And unfortunately, the city needs to grow another 2 population before I can get another district going. I've got plenty of civilian units from the Faith purchasing in the Golden Era. I don't see myself getting any of these wonders, except for maybe the Colosseum. It works for 6 tiles away. This would be a pretty good spot for the Colosseum because then you get the theater square bonuses as well. However, the whole 6 tiles thing, 1, 2, 3, we could get Constantinople, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Dijon. It would work in 2 cities, but you kind of want that more in the middle of your empire. And I'm not planning to go to war right now with anyone, so I just need to find something to do. I'll build this monument. There is definitely an argument to be made for holy site prayers, but we'll get more into that once this era is over. In just 4 turns, I think, because the next era might be more about the faith game. Look at this, Alexander's just declared war on Hattusa, the science city-state. They went after Yerevan earlier in the game, and that didn't go so well for them. This is where most of the city-state action is, though, and I've got to think more about doing something here with Yerevan. Right now I've got 3 envoys with them, and that gives me bonuses in my temples, but the suzerain right now is 8. And the suzerain bonus is actually pretty awesome. Your apostles can choose any promotion instead of getting like a sort of random pick of 3. And that can be super key when you dive in more into the faith game. Okay, so I've located the man-at-arms. Don't know where that swordsman went. I'm just gonna sneak this knight over to the camp. We got some reinforcements coming in. They can pick up the goody hut. But let's see if we can wipe out this camp soon. As long as I can keep an eye on the strong units like this man-at-arms and anyone else who might show up with my galleys, I should be relatively safe. Encampment complete. That gives me this inspiration. Plus, I'm going to get, what's that, 1 more envoy in the culture city-state. So that'll be pretty sweet once we actually make an art museum, get some culture districts going. Plymouth has just had Magnus established. We'll chop out this rainforest. Take 10 turns off the holy site. Not bad. I got another builder here too. Quickly slot in the farm. And then this city's pretty much as improved as you can get. I guess technically we can improve this crabs, but that's a little bit far. Magnus is in high demand though. Let's reassign him to the north. We're gonna put him in Cherson so that we can get the chop out on these woods. There we go, 5 turns from now, chop that out, and we'll see how much work that does to this holy site. I see the borders have expanded to the silver. That's super nice, cutting in half the holy site time here in Antoich. All right, it looks like our galleys got these guys distracted. We'll see if we can swing another one in here. Okay, now we got a lot of information. Knight, let's see how this goes, take them out. Only 34, okay, like I know spearmans are the counter to knights, but whew, that guy held up really well. Good thing we got reinforcements coming up. I don't know what's going on with these Johannesburg units stopping my guy from getting through. What's happening here? Constantinople will go the stable route. This just happened so fast though, man. 63 production, insanity. Medieval era ends in just 1 turn, so any more buying out of settlers, any more buying out of builders, we got to do it right now. I really would have liked for our settler here to have gotten all the way to their destination so I could buy some builders there. It's just not going to happen though. I think I'm just going to arbitrarily buy out a couple, and I'll probably use them down the road. 1 in Nicaea, 1 in Antoich, right on. And screw it, we'll do a 3rd in Dijon. Looks like Johannesburg's troops will let me through this turn. Thank you, guys. Let's go for another smack on this spearman. That went a lot better. We pretty much know everything going on this continent too, because we got these galleys. Thank you, guys. Truly the end of an era, guys. Like, this land went from a couple farms on some rivers to every tile having an upgrade now. Now we're just in a normal age, so we'll see what that brings for us. I don't see any loyalty issues though with these cities, thankfully. It looks like most of my neighbors too, same sort of thing, normal age, so the loyalty should make a lot of sense. This small peninsula next to Adrianople does have some potential for a city only -6 loyalty. That's not too bad, but it's not the highest priority right now. Thinking ahead for what I want my Renaissance era to look like, I'm going to go with Exodus of the Evangelists. This is going to give me era score when I expand my religion, and that's going to be the name of the game this era, all about the religion. If we take a look at the current state of play, my lands are the only ones following Panda Gang, and some of the competing religions are here in the orange, the pink, and actually Macedon has their own religion here in the green, but they're not doing so well. The play is going to be finishing off Macedon's religion, and this way they can start helping me by pushing Panda Gang out to the west. As you can see, this holy site here, plus 15 faiths. So there are no total scrubs. I think if I could get a little bit of faith action going on here to the west, Macedon could hold off that side for me. And then I could continue the advance, or look south, or look east as well, where there's not as much competition for faith. Controlling holy cities is also very important for my leader here, Theodora. So I see Pella is the founding city. So if I can convert here, let's go take a look at our abilities. The first sentence of Taxis here, units get +3 combat strength and religious strength for every holy city converted. So right now I have my own, but if I can get Pella, now every single one of my units going into combat is going to get +3. So that'll be first on our agenda, and we'll see where to take it from there. I've done a ton internally in the last era, and I think now it's time to look externally of my empire. To help push my religion further to the west, I've got Moksha in here, and I'm also doing holy site prayers. This city is doing +12 outgoing pressure. You look something like Constantinople, bigger city, same buildings, only 2. Back to the land down under though. There goes the Barb encampment. We got that finished up, got some gold out of it. Now we just got to clean up the units that remain, which may be easier said than done, but we're going to get this Goody Hut too. 1 new pop. Where's that going? Where did that go? Did that go to Nicaea maybe? I'm not even sure. Antoids needs some help, man. It's got no chops. It's working this coast tile again. I'm going to buy a nice Tundra Hills for them. It's not the best tile, but at least I'll have a little bit more production. Wow, my first harbor of the game. Pretty sweet adjacency bonus too. Definitely slotting the lighthouse here in Adrianople. It's already at that 3 out of 3 housing, so we got to get that going super fast. You know, I'm tempted to buy it straight out, and then Adrianople can grow a little bit quicker and start maybe getting some districts down on these desert hills. I'm just worried that if I don't, the city's just gonna not ever do all that much for me. So I was gonna have Dion make this temple, but I'm gonna actually switch that out to St. Basil's Cathedral. I just wanna see how strong this is. I'm gonna put it on a snow tile, which costs me literally nothing. Now this takes 66 turns to complete, but I'm gonna get 1 food, production, and culture on all of these tundra tiles, and this city touches so many tundra tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the ones that's just working now. 5, I think it might even be over here. Yeah, that's right. And those are good tiles too. Then some of these other tundra tiles, which are kind of crappy, they'll all of a sudden get a food and a production and be pretty strong. The issue is going to be actually constructing that. Now, Dion does have 4 production per turn, but still 66 turns is a long time. So I'm not sure if I can speed that up with maybe a great engineer or some trade routes from the city to one of our other city centers. We got the first of our apostle train though, and so lucky we got the debater promotion. This +20 strength is just so strong. And guys, always move, then promote when you can. And back to Dion, I just remembered that I bought a lighthouse, which gives me a trader. I can't actually afford the trader right now. And you know what? I've got enough production in other cities to just build one regularly, but that'll happen soon. Diplomatic service, research. Now we can get spies going, and we'll trade out our cards. I definitely want some spy buffs just to get started there at least. My holy site and campus district bonuses are awesome, but I don't need this builder action anymore. Instead, I can just make my great debater apostle an absolute beast with this extra +5 combat strength. Wow. Let's see if they can find anyone to fight. That's probably the optimal way to use this guy instead of just spreads. Now we've got some things to build. Spy in Constantinople, trader in Thessalonica. Glad to actually have a use for my production these days. Harbor complete in Nicaea as well, and I'd love to get to work on this government plaza, but I need more population. Luckily, the lighthouse is pretty good at doing that for you. Cherson, Magnus finally established, so we can get rid of these woods. That is a whole bunch towards that holy site being created. And I think I should actually swap over another tile for these guys. Maybe something strong like the spices. On second thought, they're pretty rough for housing, so a lot of that will just go to waste. So we'll give them the slightly worse tile, give Nicaea back the spices. Always optimizing, guys. And I'm gonna move on to some offensive maneuvers towards these barbarians. Just get my knights right up to them. Let's take a shot, keep them close to each other. 45 damage. Wow, I think we got lucky on that roll there. Oh yeah, we're getting some help from Hungary as well. And our first flood mitigated by the Great Bath. Let's check that out. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faith. 7 faith. We got one in Thessalonica too. This will be a beautiful holy city for our empire. And look at that, just as I had hoped, we've got an enemy apostle. Let's go take him out. Woo, 16 to 71. Man, this is gonna be easy. Easy kill down south too. Maybe get a promotion? Not quite. That's a shame. Oh well. Our settler's gonna be there soon anyways. Oh, they're going at it. What's going on? Oh, okay. They might have just evangelized a belief or something, but either way, they ran away, which is too bad for us because we can spread, but that's not gonna do as much as just taking somebody out. Then we get that spread everywhere. In terms of the actual pressure here, it's gonna be tough to flip this city, but once it's complete, we'll have Macedon on our side and 2 civilizations trying to spread the Panda Gang. Luckily, I've got a new apostle coming up, and this one has the ability to eliminate 75% of existing pressure of other religions. So this is gonna just cut through Pella. Wow, so we've got a great scientist. This guy's got a couple abilities. One is the chosen city gets housing and an amenity, plus the non-food yields from happiness is increased by 40%. And as the Byzantine, we've got those buffed up entertainment complexes, so our guys are going to be super happy and making the most of that buff. I'm trying to think of a place that could use some housing and amenity. Maybe Plymouth's a good candidate, as well as Kherson. I think it'll be pretty hard for Kherson to get a harbor versus Plymouth, so I'm going to send the scientist here. Oh, just kidding, I forgot you need to actually have a campus, so you know what? Nicaea needs it the most right here and now. It's not that big a deal anyways. Constantinople hitting 15 pop. That's crazy size, man. Crazy size. Looking at some cards, we got the faith one. We're going to get the science one soon too, but you get plus 50% faith and science from those cities when they're plus 15. Scientists going down. I'm a little confused where my housing and amenities went, but we'll see it next turn. Maybe it's updated. We got a spy too. What do we really want? What we really want is some gold. It looks like Gao is the best target for this, so we'll place him down. And we've got a new trader, that's great. So what were we gonna do with this guy? What I wanted was production in Dion, so we'll send him there and see what the yields are like next turn. In the meantime, our new apostle creeping up on the city. Oh, just not quite enough movement this turn, oh well. I'll send my other one on a sort of look around for some more units to fight maybe. Spy completed in Constantinople, and we're gonna get the war machine started very soon. I don't know where they're heading, but they're going towards somebody. I've just got too much production and nothing to spend it on. Thessalonica, I'll be a little bit more peaceful, go with the holy site prayers. Man, I'm just realizing this whole time I could have been working this awesome spice tile. What am I doing? Let's get a builder over here ASAP. Come on, go. Macedon offering up some great works. Other than that, the deal's okay. But I could definitely see myself getting into the culture game. Okay, top production goes to Constantinople. I'm all about that. Let's begin. And that'll get us a pretty sweet road too, going through all these hills. We'll get to work on converting Pella here. Now remember, this apostle has the ability to eliminate 75% of the opponent's pressure. So right now, pressure's at 2,000. Let's see what happens next. Man, I could not expect that. It just totally took the city in one go. Unbelievable. Now this means whenever Macedon creates units here in Pella to go spread religion, they're going to be spreading the Panda Gang. Now there's some other cities here that don't seem to have quite the same faith production, like Alexandropolis. Do they even have a faith site? No, they don't. So, for all intents and purposes, Macedon is now totally on my side. And the apostles don't stop, man. This one's promotion is triple strength, spread in other civilizations. Oh, it looks like the harbor's completed here in Nicaea. Big housing boost. They're going to be growing super fast. Plus, on top of that, we get some traders as well. Now, I've got plenty of cities with excess production to make the trader, so if you can build a building, Nicaea. Adrianople is going to be happy. They get some more spices. And I should be pretty close to getting this fishing boat in Antoich. On the faith front, I'm going to get a little bit more calculated than just doing the closest cities, because Thessalonica's faith output is just insane, the pressure. So I think I'm just going to go for some of the bigger cities, like here, Montenegro. We'll take one spread with one of our buffed guys. That won't totally flip the city, but now it's neutral. Nice. And this great debater, they're just going to go and try and find someone to get rid of. Buddhism's holy city is Longji. Let's try and find where that is. It should be down here to the south somewhere, right? Oh no, sort of in the middle here. So if I go in this direction with the debater, I should find some Chinese to fight. My settlers finally made it to our new land down here. It's not the prettiest, but it's gonna have to do. Sinope, it's called. Well, we've got pomegranates, but that's not really gonna do any production, will it? So we'll go buy out this stone over here. And we've got to think about what we want out of this city. That to me, I am unsure of. But it's not going to do much without a harbor lighthouse combo. because it's not on a river and it's just not going to grow very big. This builder I'll send to the new land, but it's projected to take 13 turns. So in the meantime, there's really no choice but to buy out a builder myself, just to put this growth on steroids a little. My Holy Site prayers were completed, and luckily now I can build another district. My district of choice is going to be the Theater Square or Industrial Zone. Both of those are awesome. I'm going to go Industrial Zone just because that way when I get a factory going, Dion is close enough to receive the bonus and they can get a little bit more help towards their St. Basil's Cathedral. Damn, that was hard to say. On the faith front, I'm still yet to find anyone to fight with my debater. It's a bit concerning. I'm going to use my 2 other apostles in tandem though. This first one will go to the city and wipe out 75% of the opponent's faith, and the other will come through with their 3 times faith spread, and that's pretty much a 1-2 combo to any city. Gentle Eruption. Okay, didn't seem that gentle, you just blew up half my stuff, man. So, the spice is damaged. Let's get a builder. Luckily, we put our builder not right next to the volcano. Pro tip, don't do that. So that won't be too hard to fix up. Our silver's been destroyed as well. We'll get another builder on that. Luckily, we have tons of those. And the Holy Site, thank goodness it's not totally destroyed. Otherwise, we'd be losing all this production and culture from the adjacency bonus. But we'll get to work on finishing up the temple. I did not mean to move that guy. It's annoying. Here comes the eliminate pressure. Let's see how that went. It's Panda Gang right off the bat. And here goes the religion spread. Looks like Panda Gang again. Let's go. And Holy Site done in Plymouth. That's going to do wonders. 8 production per turn. More than doubling the city's output. The next big issue looks to be housing. Let's build a granary. Magnus getting reassigned to our new city down here. So nope. There are some awesome chop opportunities here in this tundra forest. I maybe even should have made the St. Basil's Cathedral down here. Oh man, Victoria looks to be the victim of a joint war with Ludwig and Sendai Akita. I don't know what Sendai Akita is doing in that war. They're not going to do anything at all. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this waterway here. Might as well send a knight down to do a little bit of exploring. I'm not sure why the Germans are moving their troops towards me. I guess we aren't friends, but is this some kind of like wraparound way to get to Birmingham maybe? In Adrianople, I'm unsure where to go next, but I know the next district I want, and that's enough to take some action. I'll place it down here. This way the cost of the district stops going up. As the game moves on, districts cost more. Once you place them down, the price is locked in. The next question has to be what's best for the city. It's only got 1 culture, so the border growing is not very fast. So let's get a monument and double that up. New apostle alert. We'll get the extra 2 spreads of the religion. That's not terrible. Oh my goodness, man. Just look at these buildings. The production now almost at 70 in Constantinople. And getting a new district's gonna take 1 turn. Are you kidding me? I don't have a good place to put it, sadly, because I screwed myself a little bit putting the campus for Adrianople right here and the industrial zone down in Thessalonica. Looking at tiles I could steal, the worst one looks to be this silver tile. So let's go for that. Swap it out. Where is my theater square? Wait, I can't put it down? Oh, because it's a luxury resource. You can't get rid of luxury resources. I wonder what a good tile to steal would be. I'm gonna have to steal away this wheat tile, as good as it is for Thessalonica, but I need somewhere for this theater square to go. You know, the utter lack of opposition from Chinese apostles, like I see some down here towards Seoul. Oh, that must have been the Koreans. I remember I saw 1 civilization was destroyed. Seoul, Chengdu, Gwangju, those seem like possible Korean states. Anyways, back on track. I'm just gonna send all my apostles right for Longji, and who knows, maybe I can take them right off the bat, take the holy city, and that could be a pretty quick end to the Chinese Buddhist power. Repair the silver. Don't know where this builder went. They just left the spices. Come on, guy. Looks like a potential apostle fight. Let's get to it. Let's get down, bro. Let's see if we can find an apostle. Oh, I see a guru. I'm gonna keep going. These guys are scared, man. I'm just gonna spread by the holy city, and hopefully that spurs them to come to me. I think it's time for the government plaza in Nicaea. The shipyard would be nice. We've got a few tiles here. We might want to improve with that. But government plaza, there's some buildings I want to build in there, and I'll talk a bit about that when we actually do that. The Germans, though, amassing troops near my lands. That's fine with me, man. I just want to see what happens between these two. Aha, the English apostle is running. Do we want to fight them across the river? Looks like we'll almost take them out if we go for it next turn. Fishes unlocked. Let's go. Atoich is so happy now. They even got their silver fixed up. Let's go send this guy on the spice. We'll get that done soon. Still no one's showing up to fight me, man. What am I doing here? Where are you guys? Let's do this. Let's get down. Man, I don't even realize what just happened. They just declared war on me, the Germans. Come on, guy. Are you kidding? Well, this archer's out for the taking. Let's go for it. 94 damage on him. We'll have this builder back off. Another sea knight, send them back. And we gotta mobilize quick. I got a warrior. I can upgrade them to man-at-arms. And a bunch of archers sort of sprinkled throughout our lands. Industrialization, they want 2 workshops. I can boost that. And I can decide to get back doing some of this proper science. So we'll get a crossbowman coming out shortly. And then we can even upgrade to a musketman before too long. But just sending all these guys towards the enemy. Unfortunately, my boats are off at our new lands. They're not here to help. Oh, what's that? An apostle? Let's fight. Oh, show him what's boss. Quick update on Sinopia. We got Magnus establishing in just 1 turn. Then, you know, there's some chop options open. That said, you kind of need a lot of builders to do something like that. My one builder that's coming around the map luckily decided to go through Hungary instead of Germany. Let's see if they can actually make it around. But I don't think it's worth it to be building builders to chop things out when I have so many builders back in my homeland. Thessalonica's industrial zone's complete. We'll get workshop, like I mentioned, that will boost, where is it? Industrialization. And Constantinople, I guess I can wait for you to do 1 more turn in the amphitheater, but then we gotta start pumping out knights to fight off the enemy. Unfortunately, again, no navy here. These guys are just sitting ducks. Oh, and our backups arrive. Let's finish off this guy. Minus 250 Buddhism and a whole lot of Panda Gang. Nice. That is how you do it. Can't believe these Germans attacked me, man. Like, what are you doing? Unlock the crossbowman. That's going to be key. Doesn't look like the knight holds up very good to the musketmen, but we'll leave them on that spice for now. They can survive 1 turn. I'll try and get this man-at-arms towards the catapult. Don't know what this catapult is saying, man, but let's take some pop shots at it. Only 15 damage. That's not very much at all. The rest of these archers, though, as they go, we're going to upgrade them, get them up to crossbowmen. That means they'll actually do some real damage to these guys. Oh, and Johannesburg, I did not realize, but they are suzerained by the Germans, and they're right by my new city of Sinopia. Let's see if we can take them up before they make land, though. My triple strength apostle is going to go for it. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, now no one owns the holy city. And my debater apostle is just going to chill and look out for opponents showing up. This English apostle, though, you'd think it's getting away. Heck no. Come back here, dude. English seems to be spreading this Protestantism, which is, in fact, their religion. I thought it might have been the Germans, but their holy city is London. So we got all these guys close by: London, holy city, and Longwy. And that's pretty much the faith game. Plymouth finished its granary. We're going to have them switch over to some naval things here. Oh, never mind. They don't even have a harbor. So I guess Monument is next. Plymouth done its granary. I'm going to go for the shrine. Yeah, I'm not actually too worried about these Germans, and I might be disrespecting them a little bit too much. Nicaea, though, I will get doing some frigate action to get them out of our seas once it's done the government plaza. You know what? Let's just do it now. I don't think this is going to do anything for us anyways. Never mind, never mind. Okay, siege in the city. What are you guys voting on? Yeah, let's turn against Ludwig. Catastrophic. Oh my goodness. Absolute tyranny here. Is our holy site even alive? It's not even. The actual district itself was destroyed. That just cuts our production in half, man. There's nothing left. We gotta improve that. We gotta go back to the spices, which used to be a hill, but that's since been leveled. And Tundra Silver as well needs to be improved, but at least it gave buff to our tiles. I'll take that.